Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah. And welcome back to part 2 of 102. The Journeymen Lounge podcast presents this week's movie review from me.
Good clarifier.
Nice add-in, Monty.
Hell or High Water. It is an American neo-Western crime drama film directed by David Mackenzie and written by Taylor Sheridan, who I'll get into more later. It was released in 2016. It made $37.9 million on a budget of $12 million, so quite successful.
Oh, that's a really modest budget. Yep.
And it's a kick-ass movie, I think. Anyway, I'll shake over the synopsis really quick. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
It follows two brothers, played by Chris Pine and Ben Foster, who carry out a series of bank robberies to save their family's ranch, which has oil on it. And they're being pursued by two Texas Rangers, who are played by Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham. And basically, it's like, to get into more details, this is going to be a little spoiler part from this part on. The two brothers, their mom died and left them the land, or left the one brother, Chris Pine, the land. Them, yeah. And the bank had been loaning her money because they knew about the oil on the land, or they suspected or whatever. So they were going to acquire it if they didn't get paid back by the two brothers, if they didn't get the money. And the money with the oil, the land with the oil on is worth millions.
Yeah, the mom died, so they were just bidding their time to basically, once she died, then they could foreclose on it.
Yes.
And then
So the bank purposely did this knowing she was going to die probably, and she wouldn't be able to pay them back, the bank back. So they could get the land, they could get the money.
For nothing. Yeah.
Right. So Chris Pine's character is kind of like the thinker of the group, the smart one. He comes up with a plan to rob this specific branch of banks, Texas Midland banks, to pay them back with their own money, essentially. And he comes up with the ideas to hit their banks, do it like he has certain things like, let's do it in the morning. There's no people around. I don't want to hurt anybody. But he gets his brother to help him, and his brother has experience in this. He was in prison.
Ben Foster.
Mm-hmm. He's more of like the wild card, if you will. But he knows what he's doing in this kind of shit. Like, he's been in this shit before.
He went to jail for bank robbery.
Right, and he might have been in the military. I don't know. Like, he kind of looks like he might have been. At least he's trained, with guns and shit. So he kind of has the know-how, and Chris Pine's the brains. And they're basically, so they're trying to get this certain amount of money to pay the bank back so they can get the land, so Chris Pine can leave it to his family, to his kids. And the other side of the coin is Jeff Bridges and his partner. Jeff Bridges is a retiring Texas Ranger. He's in his last mission, last assignment. And he doesn't want to retire. He likes doing what he's doing. And him and his partner have a funny relationship, like rapport back and forth, where they kind of buzz each other's balls about their race or what they like, or just like funny shit throughout the movie.
Right.
And they have a very interesting dynamic as well. So it's kind of like, I kind of put in my notes, it's like about two sets of people with, funny, like with interesting dynamics, and like, all revolving around these bank robberies, and they're trying to catch them and they're trying to rob the banks. And it's
cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's more of like a character movie as far as bank robbery movies go than maybe other ones. I think it's more important, the relationships and...
What I'll say about this movie? I think the tone, obviously, like early on, it has more of a comedic, sensible like style of tone. But after a certain point in the movie, I'm not going to give away a spoiler. The tone definitely changes, and it gets a little bit darker. It gets a little more gritty. So,
and I like the way throughout the movie, like you get to know the characters, and like it just, I think it adds to the movie. Like you really feel like by the end of it, you know everyone pretty well, and like. And also
good character development.
The setting of I put in my notes of West Texas, I think really adds a unique flavor to this movie.
Yes.
Where it's like, how like the town has the Boston flavor, this has like the Southern flavor, and it just both are good in different ways for different reasons. I think. Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So I want to start with you, Woj. You have never seen this movie. Now, without giving your final grade or obviously not all your things, but
Too much away. Yeah.
Well, going into, did you know anything about it?
I've seen that one clip of the table read that we're going to do with the waitress that's popped up on social media a little bit. This is a movie that I would have expected to like just kind of find its way onto TV eventually if that was still the pathway, like a lot of movies that like I would say like kind of cut off was like 2012 or so where they had their run in the theaters, then they moved to the cable, and then that's where I would check out a lot of them.
This would be like an AMC or something.
Right. So this is kind of that feel of it. To me, again, as you mentioned the budget of it, now I kind of see of like, I didn't really notice the marketing behind it, or it wasn't something that was prominent as I was like, you said 2016? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just didn't really know that it existed. And then as it comes out now, I'm definitely a fan of Ben Foster, definitely a fan of Chris Pine, and Jeff Bridges is just like a perfect trio. So when I find out that those three guys are in it, much more inclined to see it now, but like again, not really knowing what it was. But overall, again, I think again the cable action kind of movies, and also very important with cable, kind of like how they do well. Not a whole lot of swearing in this. Not a whole lot of scenes that need to be cut out. So like this could be pretty much almost shot for shot on TV. Obviously, they're going to cut down some scenes or whatever for time, but I like that aspect of it. It's like it's a good movie without having to use R-rated language or a sex scene or something like that. So I did like that aspect.
Now being a bank robbery movie, did it live up to your bank robbery movie? I know it's not Heat. Maybe not even The Town, but did you think it's one of the better ones that you've seen, or did you not like? I mean, again,
the way in which they rob is there are some picky nits with the robbery aspect of it. There is one or two smart things that they do in movies that often are not taken advantage of. They wear gloves, they wear masks, they hide their identities pretty well. And then they also are robbing no bundles, only loose bills, and they're
like Point Break, but yeah.
Sure. But I'm saying they're also not concerned. They're not like we need to hit one score to hit 2 million. They're just simply going like whatever we can grab. If it's $4,500, great.
We need $42,000.
If it's $10,000, that's a better score. But they're not like married to an amount. So I think that is also, it's a positive to show like that's real. Like if they're low time or small time bank robbers, they're just snatch and grab whatever we got. Okay, let's go. And it also is more of the psychological, the hunt, the detectiveness of it, is that makes it harder to track. Like the first guy Alberto brings up, so they're meth heads. It's like, no, they're not meth heads. They're they actually have a plan of action. So I like that, the red herring there of like.
Yeah. I think to piggyback off what you're saying, like with the since we're talking about it, like there are cool elements of, like you said, of like logistics of robbing the bank. Like you said, only taking the small bills, not the packs. They have all the different cars and they bury them in their ranch afterwards, so no one's looking for them. Like
There's
I think
no trace evidence
that was a
way,
cool thing to see that,
Sure.
and a cool like as opposed to like getting in a chop shop or something, like literally burying it under pounds of dirt. That was cool, and like. Just like I like how the way they execute everything. It's very smart and like, I don't know.
I'll say this: I've worked at a bank early in my career, and a lot of the information, especially from The Town and this movie, pretty damn accurate in the sense of the timing of it, what you'd want to get from it, the timeline too. Like, hey, you have all of 3 to 4 minutes to get yourself out of Dodge. A lot, like, and I guess Heat plays into that, at least in timing.
I think Point Break, like I said, they kind of started the thing where like the whole like stick to the drawers, don't go to the safe, don't grab any die packs,
Right, those all exist
under 2 minutes or whatever that timing is.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think there's a lot of valid. I'm not trying to tell people be a bank robber, but there's a lot of valid information that is useful, I guess, in a real time robbery. I guess.
So, Bobby, to your experience with this movie, you have seen it, obviously. When did you see it? Did you see it in the theater? Did you see it on TV? Did you see it in streaming?
I saw it streaming. It was, I think, one of those random, like, hey, I got a Saturday afternoon, I got done with something, hanging out with someone, and I was like, I just want to kind of put on something like a Western. I was like looking into that kind of genre, and it was available. I'm like, all right, let's check this out, because I'm a big fan of Chris Pine. Jeff Bridges was in it, so I was like, let's give it a roll. So my exposure to this was soon thereafter, I'd say about 2019. And I really thought it was very captivating. I've watched it a few times since.
Nice.
Okay.
So as far as me goes,
Wherever me go.
I saw this in the theater. This was a double dip. I remember a great double dip.
Good double dip. Yeah.
I remember it was weird because we went to the Regal Theater. We didn't do that. We usually went to AMC. It was me and my friend Kevin.
The Regal, the one off of Barrington,
it was towards Mount Prospect. I don't
okay.
remember what area exactly, but
Okay.
we saw War Dogs, the Todd Phillips movie. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill.
Yes.
That was good. And then we saw this, and both were fantastic movies. So it was a really nice experience. I don't remember going into it if I knew a lot about it, but I knew I like Woj kind of had mentioned. I like Chris Pine. I love Ben Foster. I love Jeff Bridges. You know, I think this might have been one of my first Chris Pine experiences where I was like, this guy's a good actor. Like,
good actor.
He can actually like bring it. You know, outside of like Star Trek or whatever.
Okay.
And I bought it on Blu-ray and I've had it ever since. I really enjoy this movie. I probably watch it maybe like once a year or every couple of years, like once every couple of years, twice. You know, it's a good movie. Like, it's not long. It's like an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm just a sucker for bank robbery movies. And I said I love the whole Western motif. It kind of reminds me of like Breaking Bad a little bit. So I really enjoy this movie. And before we get to favorite scenes, I just want to mention that this is part of the Taylor Sheridan trilogy.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know if you're familiar with him, he was a former actor. He used to be on Sons of Anarchy the first couple seasons.
Okay.
He was
That's
David
right.
Hale, the deputy. He became a writer, very famous for a showrunner and shit. So he wrote this movie, Sicario, and Wind River. He also directed Wind River. Bobby, you've seen that. Obviously, I lent that out to you.
Sicario is
all three of those
too.
movies are fantastic.
Yeah.
And then also, he's the show runner for Yellowstone in 1923.
So this guy's a Western.
So this guy has
god,
like his.
essentially,
He kind of has his thing, and he does it very well. And this is right in his wheelhouse. So I just want to shout out Taylor Sheridan, great actor, writer, fantastic. I love this movie, Sicario. They're all fantastic. This is one of the, how they call it, the trilogy or whatever. But so let's get into favorite scenes. Let's start. I guess I'll just start it because I'm
go ahead.
talking.
Because I'm talking.
I think the opening scene, the first, I'll kind of expand a little bit. The first two bank robberies we see. So the opening scene, we see the lady going into her job, and it kind of has a cool camera angle of like swiveling around the building,
Right.
with the car, like eyeing them. And as she's going in, they take her at gunpoint, and you can see, and you right away. In the first robbery, you already can, and afterwards when they're getting away, you can see the dynamic the brothers have, where it's like Ben Foster is the aggressive one, the guy who does not give any fuck. He's here to do the job, get the money. He does not care about the people.
He's reckless in a sense.
And he's done this before.
Yeah.
And Chris Pine is the one who's the softer guy. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, but he's the brains. Where he's like, I told you, this is how
He's
we
the
gotta
De
do
Niro
it.
in here. Heat,
Right.
you know.
So like, I think that was really cool. And then also, besides that first robbery, the second one with the old man and his coins, and he's like, "Old man, are you carrying a gun?" "You're goddamn right, I'm carrying a gun," or whatever. And he shoots at him or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was a great way to start the movie, to set the tone. Like, we already know now what it's going to be about, what these characters are about, the dynamic between them. I think it was a good opening start to the movie.
Yeah. I'll just go in more of a general sense. The picturesque views of this is supposed to be set in West Texas.
West Texas.
West Texas, which is like very vast, a lot of like open spaces.
Right, and again, you have the West. Somebody said the Western, motif or whatever the fuck.
Southern,
yeah.
southwestern motif.
Southern.
Yeah.
It just, again, I like that they do a lot of wide shots with Ben Foster and Chris Pine, like kind of looking out into the open. I liked a lot of those because they kind of felt real. about like these guys like are fucking like holy shit. Like
I
we just
agree, and to also,
doinker and no good.
Also, Woj, to what you're, to maybe build off what you're saying with the whole like the views and stuff. To add with the views, the conversation between the brothers is usually pretty like authentic and like seems genuine, and
Sure.
like I think it's a good like 1-2 punch with the scenery and the dialogue and like the whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works really well.
Absolutely. I'll keep going. The gas station quick scene with the green car that pulls up, and Ben Foster is just like he's just fucking chilling out. Again, he's the kind of the little loco one, and he's looking at this sports car that kind of rolls up with two punks in it, and the guy's like, "What the fuck you looking at?" Throws a gun outside the window,
Right.
and then Chris Pine just comes in perfect time, just beats the shit out of this.
And before that, Ben Foster's like, "Boy, you think they were 10 of me?"
Oh yeah,
Like he's just like,
I love that line. That was great.
Yeah, and then Chris Pine, like you said, fucks him up like from behind.
dude, it's like 4 punches to the face, throws his head into the thing. Then like one punch on the ground, throws the gun away.
Yeah, and then Ben Foster's hilarious. Like, and you threw the gun away this time. Good job, you're learning or whatever.
Goes over to the other side. The
Yeah.
guy's like, he deserved it. He deserved
Yeah,
it.
he deserved it. He did it.
What a punk.
That's awesome though.
And
that
then
he just went
when
nuts.
if I really quick, when they pull out the parking lot, before he went in there, he asked him for.
Oh yes, it's great.
He's like, hey, grab me a Dr. Pepper, and he's like, are you trying to make me mad? I said Dr. Pepper. This is Mr. Pibb. That's all they had. Only assholes drink Mr. Pibb.
drink up.
Drink up. Yeah, exactly.
Drink
yeah.
up. That's great.
That's one of my favorite ones because I also drink Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper.
Are you more of a Mr. Pibb fan or?
No, I'm a Dr. Pepper through and
Alright.
through. But if they got Mr. Pibb, I'll drink.
I'm good with it too.
Both
It's the same. It's the same. All right, shut your
Yeah,
mouth.
that's so weird.
Shut
That's
your
so
mouth.
weird.
No.
Drink your medicine.
No. You insulted him a little bit, but you don't. For a guy who drinks Coke so much and doesn't venture out of the Coke lane, like the regular cola lane.
Sorry, it's not chicken nuggies with
You got-
freaking ketchup every night. Yep.
There's no root beer. There's no orange soda.
I know what I'm about.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I know what I'm about, son.
All right. One of the scenes that I enjoy is you start to, I guess, I know I'm jumping, and this could possibly land us into the table read, but you start to, the banter between Jeff Bridges and his partner, hilarious, and that kind of goes throughout the entire movie. But when they finally sit down at the restaurant to kind of like game plan or sequence, some of the events that's been happening. You have this, really funny, older, sultry waitress just give him the business, but it shows a lot of different dynamics of each character because his partner is more of a reserved, quiet, listener, where Jeff Bridges is more, I wouldn't say boisterous, but more matter of fact.
Jeff Bridges, he doesn't give any fucks. He's
a
already
fucking man.
He's done it all. He's gonna retire.
Right.
Like he's like, I'm here and just deal with me.
Right.
But yeah, as you mentioned, Bobby, since that is the only table
Table
read
read,
that we
let's do
have
it.
on the docket, let's do it. So
Alrighty.
Let's do it,
I'm
Bobby.
gonna set the scene. They are in a small West Texas town, some type of, I don't know if it's like a diner. I guess kind of like I would equate it to like a restaurant you go with your grandparents with kind of feel. Old waitress
They're
comes
in
up.
fucking West
And
Texas.
yeah, here's what happens.
My Marcus?
No, I'm Marcus.
Okay.
Howdy, ma'am. How you doing today?
Hot, and I don't mean the good kind. So what don't you want?
Pardon?
What don't you want?
Oh, well, I think I'll just,
You know, I've been working here for 44 years. Ain't nobody ever ordered nothing but T-bone steak and a baked potato. Except this one asshole from New York who tried to order trout back in 1987. We don't sell no goddamn trout. T-bone steaks. So either you don't want the corn on the cob or you don't want the green beans. So what don't you want?
I don't want green beans.
I don't want green beans either.
Steaks cooked medium rare.
Can I get my steak cooked just
That weren't no question.
all right.
Iced tea for you boys?
Iced tea'd be great.
Iced tea. Yep. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Nobody's going to rob this son of a bitch. My word.
You did a great job with the waitress.
Thanks. She's a real matter of fact.
Oh, man.
I mean, you got to throw out a little shout out of her name, right?
Yeah, we have the actress now.
I don't know her name. I was just say,
Her name is Dale Dickey.
no, that's not Dale Dickey.
Is that not Dale?
Dale Dickey's the one who's the bank lady in the first scene. She's from Breaking Bad, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit. Fuck, my bad. Sorry.
I was okay. While you're looking, I'm gonna just mention really quick that kind of you mentioned the town. I mentioned the town before. Like the town with their movie, this movie also, the local people that they have in the movie feel authentic and real.
Yeah,
And it really
feel like
adds,
town people.
It really adds to the movie. Where like in the town, they all seem like they're really from Boston. They have the accents, they have the attitude. Same thing with this. They all have like this small southern, like just West Texas, like we don't give no fucking fucks about shit. If you come to our town and fuck with us, we're gonna fucking kill you. Like like
her name is Margaret Bowman, by the way. Sorry, Margaret.
No, it's okay. It's just real great job. I just wanted to mention that. It really helps to the whole atmosphere of the movie.
The aesthetic of the movie is fantastic.
Really quick, we didn't mention this scene. I'm going to mention it. The diner scene where the brothers, they're talking, and Ben Foster goes across the street. Says he's going to take a shit, but he robs a bank while Chris Pine's talking to the waitress at the other restaurant and paying the bill. He just impromptu goes to rob a bank, and then when he's leaving, he's like, "Start the car! Start the car!" And Chris Pine's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like we have this again. It's like we have a plan.
Yeah,
we only hit Texas Midland banks. We only hit them during the
Right.
day at this time. Like now we have to go
You
home.
have a maverick in your group.
Now we have to go home, and I have to bury this car because we can't be driving around a stolen, in a bank robbery car or whatever.
Right.
Like it's a whole. So, Woj, any other scenes you like?
Yeah, I like the casino. Where they go to wash the money, but it's also like there's a nice little scene with Ben Foster and
Native American guy.
Native American, I believe he's a Comanche.
Yeah, well, he calls him a Comanche at least.
But I'm saying I think he's like a Comanche, and he says some great line of like, "I'm a Comanche. You know what that means? I only have enemies."
Yeah,
and then Ben Foster looks up. He's like, "I'm a Comanche too, motherfucker." Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys noticed throughout the movie, Ben Foster keeps mentioning the Comanche thing, like we're Comanches, brother, and like
you're right. There's kind of a theme.
Man of the plains or whatever that line is. He keeps saying it throughout the movie, and
I think that scene works well within that, and in the casino, they're kind of like a couple times, like they're at the bar drinking with a full stack of chips, but like. Is again like they're just there to like
gambling. They're
do
just
enough
kind of
time so that they
existing.
can then cash it out, which the casino is like absolutely no problem. Like we'll cash all that out.
So exactly. So I have this broken down for the last part for the scenes. Basically the last like 45 minutes.
It gets intense.
The final bank robbery / escape shootout.
Yeah.
I have it broken down.
Go ahead.
So number one, they bring 2 cars this time. Park one outside the town, leave it there. So they're going to come back to it. Ben Foster already knows in his head that this is going to happen. He's prepared. Like, I don't think Chris Pine quite knew that going into he thinks that they're going to like both, go drive together. But Ben Foster knows that like after this, it's a good chance I'm going to have to like create a diversion or something. It seems like to me. Then you got, of course, they robbed the bank, crowded with people this time. They go in like prime time. It must be payday, I think Ben Foster said or something.
Yeah, they diverted from their plans. Yeah,
you got the security guard shoots at them. Ben Foster kills him, and then the other guy is a concealed carry.
There's multiple guys with concealed carry.
He shoots
in
at
Texas.
Chris Pine. Chris Pine is overwhelmed by the situation. Again, he doesn't want to hurt anybody, or he's not experiencing this. Like. So you can see under the mask he's kind of like freaking out, and like Ben Foster just point blank shoots the dude in the head, the concealed carry guy.
And the person in the bank texts like their family,
the locals.
So then they walk out and their car's just getting riddled with bullets. And
yes, the locals have been alerted, like you said, by the customer from inside the bank. They peel out in the pickup truck. Chris Pine is hit through and through. And then, of course, the locals shoot and I already said that. And the next part, they're driving down the way. The locals are chasing them. Ben Foster pulls over the side of the road, starts getting a machine gun shooting at them, and he has this awesome double clip taped together.
Yeah.
So he can just quickly reload it, like flip it up.
That's a tactical thing that actually our military does. They tape together magazines so they could drop one, flip it around.
That shit was awesome, man.
And just re-rack it and go.
Locals scatter away. They make it to the go car, the other car. Yeah. That's when Chris Pine's like, all right, let's go. We're gonna go to the. He's like, no, man. He's like, this is where like basically we part ways. Like, you do your plan.
I just want to mention just one real quick about that scene though, is that you can tell like they're brothers, but they don't want to say goodbye because they're.
Yeah, they know it's probably gonna be.
I forget the exact words, but he says something like,
"You're an asshole." Or
yeah,
something.
it's like fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you,
He's
Toby.
like, I love you, man.
Fuck you, Tanner. Yeah,
Peace.
that's absolutely awesome. And then of course this leads to the Tanner leading the authorities on the chase into the mountains. It's
like-
pretty fucking sick. He drives up the cliff. Has a gas tank in it. There's like a Molotov cocktail kind of thing where he puts the wet gasoline,
Right.
lights it, jumps out of the truck as it reverses down, and it blows up, hits the cop car.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a
Boom.
pretty much rolling projectile.
And that's ends up being a distraction for him to get up to the mountains
Get
and start
position.
just picking off or trying to pick off officers with the
Fucking
rifle.
Snaps Alberto in the eyeball.
Yes. Jeff Bridges and Alberto show up, and Alberto, you don't think he's, all of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere, kind of, honestly. Like, I mean, you think it could happen, but, like, it's just all of a sudden, like, through the scope almost. It looked like
Right.
his brains are in his helmet and his hat, I mean.
Yeah.
And then you got Toby is bleeding, and he comes to the police checkpoint. That was kind of tense. I think it could have been tenser, honestly, that scene. I think they...
We'll talk about it.
But yeah, but that was, and then of course he gets through. Then you got Jeff Bridges is just like devastated. He lost his partner. When he gets shot, like the emotion that Jeff Bridges has, I think was really good in that. Where he's like,
He's
"Oh
a great actor.
God!" Like he's gonna like cry almost. Like he's in such
He was
disbelief.
in such shock, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, great acting because I felt like he was alive in that.
And you got Jeff Bridges as a local take him up. He's like, "Well, this place. Take me up there so I can get a shot at him." He's like, "Gives me 500 yards. Like, just fucking get me there." He ends up.
So he must be a crack shot in his day too.
I mean, dude, he shot him.
Shot Ben
right
Foster
in the head.
right in the head. Or not point.
The
blank,
guy
sorry.
also, like, the locals, like, gotta aim a little bit to the right. He's like, all right, man.
He's like, hey, you know what? It's my gun. You're tired. He's like, get on your life, boy. I'm taking this shot. And then, so then Ben Foster's dead. Chris Pine's character makes it to the casino, sees that his brother's been killed on
Yeah.
right
the
on the
news.
news. Yeah.
launders all the money, goes to the bank.
Goes to the bank and pays it off, and then makes sure that they fax the shit and gets it right away because he knows they're going to try and fuck him on that shit.
Yeah.
And they put it in a trust, and no offense, you could go after that person, can't go after the trust.
Yes. And then the final thing was the final conversation or confrontation between Toby and Marcus on Toby's porch.
Right.
Yeah, so Jeff Bridges retires, and he knows that the brother is
Chris
involved,
Pine's
but the FBI wrote the brother off. He doesn't have a record. He's not a guy of point of interest.
They say the only time he was in court was for his divorce proceedings.
Yeah.
So
Jeff Bridges knows that he's in. They go in, and they got that like weird, tense, like
Static, yeah.
he knows. They both know, but Chris Pine
No
is
one's gonna
fucking.
flinch.
He walks up. Chris Pine's got a double barrel shotgun.
yeah.
Like, what's up, motherfucker?
He's like, you'd be in your rights to shoot me right now. And I love how Jeff Bridges
It rolls off so smoothly.
He sits on the chair and he puts his
Cowboy hat on
right
the
in
butt.
his
Yeah,
boot.
yeah. I love that.
And he's like, you want a beer? Yeah, I'm not on duty anymore. I could take a beer. And he says like this tense, like good like character thing where they both know each other knows, but they're not going to say anything, like.
Guys, didn't this have a similar feel to that conversation in Heat?
I was just thinking that a
right?
little
With
bit.
De Niro
yeah.
and Al Pacino, they're like, hey, you're going to do what you're going to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to
A
do.
little different in the sense of different times of the movie.
I might have to take you down.
Yeah. I mean, I got to take you down. Like this is like where the stuff already happened. He's not going to do it anymore. Whereas he was like, they're still going to
Right,
do
no,
it.
yeah.
But
imminent.
same kind of feel where it's like,
Yeah, same
I
vibe.
know, you know, and I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Great
and
casting
and
of
then it
Jeff
ends.
Bridges. God
I think it's
damn.
pretty much over after that.
Yeah.
But fantastic. Let's get into quotes.
Sure.
You guys, whoever wants
You
to
already
start.
got off a few of them. I'm going to just defer to you guys.
Okay.
The opening scene on the wall kind of puts you in the right mind set of like where you're at and the way in which these people do not really love government interference and stuff. It says 3 tours in Iraq, but no bailout for people like us.
I did see that. Yeah.
I like that kind of. It sets the tone for sure. Just kind of a couple southern kind of statement, not phrases.
Yep.
What in the devil?
It's not like Hank Hill.
Yeah.
The beginning, the old guy. you boys robbing the bank? That's crazy. You ain't even Mexicans. It's like,
I
you got a
forgot
gun.
that.
You got a gun, you old man. You're damn right. I got a gun on me. And like,
You got the other
I'll
one.
say
for
this:
the old
everyone
man?
in Texas probably has a gun. They would have gotten shot, I think, point blank when they tried to pull some of that crap.
or is it,
The old man is like, y'all gonna steal my gun too? And he's like, I have my own gun.
yeah, oh, yeah. I need you sober. Who gets drunk off beer?
Yeah, who gets drunk off a beer? Oh, you remember the gun was great. I like at some point Ben Foster just says "suck a D."
Yeah. Well, he says at one point he says too, I got to shit like an old goat. That's when he goes to rob the other bank when they're at the diner, or when he's like, Chris Pine says something, and then Ben Foster at one point is like, that's what she said. That was pretty funny. I don't know.
I like this little line. Ben Foster's kind of like plays like a little bit of a ladies' man too, like a little unhinged, but ladies' man. He's like, in your last days in the nursing home, you're gonna think of me and smile, and then he ends up hooking up with that.
Yeah, I don't have the exact quote. I'm sorry, I should, but he says at one point, he's like, how come it's the quiet ones that always got the devil in them, or something like that.
Seems right.
That's right about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask and ye shall receive is just fucking. I use that in my day to day
This
life.
is one that, you know,
That's biblical,
As
but-
we said, and I think Bobby had said, there's a lot of back and forths, like especially about their race with Jeff Bridges and the Native American guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, here's one of them. He's
Alberto.
like, they're watching Dallas Cowboys or something. He's like, don't worry, they're gonna have soccer highlights on soon enough. That's for your Mexican half. And he's like, I never understood that soccer. Any sport a 5-year-old can do is not a sport. Who invented it?
I got one more.
Yeah, I got one more too.
They're ready to go. They just got the call in that I think it's called the. Fuck, I wish that I'd remember the name of the town, Dale or something like that.
Dale, I think that's right.
Yeah, so they got the call, and then Jeff Bridges is like, let's get some giddy up music, and then he turns it on. It's like a Christian rock song, like in the Lord give me the sign.
Yeah. There's that one last one where he says,
Yeah, go ahead.
When they go to the used car dealership, he finally
Yeah,
figured
they
out.
keep cycling through those cars.
That's how that was one originally I picking in. I had. I'm like, how are they getting all these used cars? Are they paying for them? And it's like they have an arrangement with this guy who doesn't report them stolen until a certain time or
Right.
whatever.
I caught on to that right away, though.
Yeah, he says, what does he say? Oh, sure feels like beer o'clock. And then the guy comes out, he's like, I got you, buddy. Or whatever. He has a freaking beer.
There's a lot of comedic like elements to this movie too that kind of make it lighter. But then that shootout, and then his brother basically saying, "Hey, this is a one-way ticket. I knew I was going to punch." Like that's when things got heavy for me. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh shit!"
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ben Foster does a great job
He does-
playing
yeah,
the
he-
unhinged, but also kind of comedic
I was
fuck
just-
around.
He's
Say-
the X Factor.
I was gonna say this kind of leads into my next thing, which was normally I have the supporting thing, but there's not a lot of people in this movie, so I'm just gonna say like let's do like a gold, silver, bronze, and that would be, I'm assuming Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges, and Chris Pine. Do we all think Ben Foster is the goal? I would say, for me, he's the best in this movie. Would you think, or do you think Jeff Bridges is?
I'm gonna go Jeff Bridges, Ben Foster, Chris Pine.
Okay,
Those are
I would
my
go.
order.
I would just flip the first two for me: Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges, and Chris Pine. But they're all fantastic, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably go. Bridges. You know what? I like Pine. I put them both at 2. I think they're peanut butter and jelly. I think one by himself without the right partner wouldn't be as I guess pertinent to
Absolutely.
the movie flow. So I guess sorry, that's a weak answer.
That's okay.
But,
And then if we're mentioning like just like if we're doing like a lower character, I think again the waitress at the
oh hell yeah,
the old lady
Margaret Bowman.
or Katie Mixon, the other one.
yeah, that's the girl from
which again leads.
she's in a bunch of
we're
shit.
going
Eastbound
in-
and Down.
Which is going to lead to that guy, which I was getting to, Katie Mixon, Diana, Eastbound and Down, and Mike and Molly. She's Molly's sister.
Sure.
Taylor
Sheridan had a cowboy cameo.
Taylor Sheridan did. I had him listed as well. He's on Sons of Anarchy, obviously, and I mentioned his other writing background. We mentioned Dale Dickey. She's the ain't no skank lady from Breaking Bad. If you watched Breaking Bad, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And another Breaking Bad alum, Kevin Rankin. He plays
I was gonna say Kevin Rankin,
the lawyer. He's also in Friday Night Lights as well, the show. But in Breaking Bad, he's one of Jack's Nazi. He's like his lead enforcer, basically.
right.
The season. So any other that guys you guys had?
No.
Okay. Now we're going to go into the recasting couch portion. Now, again, I'm going to say I would not recast the people. This is more of like a what if scenario, I'm going to say, almost like if they didn't go with Chris Pine and Ben Foster, we could have gone with the so-and-so. If we didn't go with Jeff Bridges, we could have gone with so-and-so. I have different combinations. Do you want me to just rattle my combinations?
Yeah, I'd
off?
love to hear it.
Okay, and you know a couple are gonna have my boy in it, of course. John Bernthal in the Ben Foster role.
Okay, I could see that. I think that's valid.
And Jake Gyllenhaal in the Chris Pine role. They could be
I
together.
like that. That's
Okay.
good. That's good.
There's I think also you could, instead of Jake Gyllenhaal, you could have like Josh Hartnett maybe in the Chris Pine role. I think could work.
Timmy Oliphant.
Timmy Oliphant could be great.
Yeah.
This would be more of like this is kind of more of like a fan thing, but like if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, let's get John Bernthal and Andrew Lincoln back together.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
cool.
Andrew Lincoln's a great actor.
Oh, that would be a nice little.
He doesn't really do
one, too.
movies or
Yeah.
whatever, but if we're going with an all-black version. I had Michael B. Jordan in the Ben Foster role and Daniel Kaluuya in the Chris Pine role, or you could flip them.
I like the way you structured that right out of the gate. That was good.
If we were going 90s or late 80s,
I love it.
Michael Rooker in the Ben Foster role.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner in the Chris Pine
That's a
role.
great one.
Vote on that one. Check it out.
Again, Michael Rooker in the Ben Foster role, or instead of Kevin Costner's time, Val Kilmer in the Chris Pine role.
Yeah,
Could also
that would work.
That would have worked. Yeah.
Also, Val Kilmer honestly could probably play the Ben Foster part as well. He's fucking fantastic. Again, if it's maybe more 90s or maybe earlier 2000s, maybe like 10 years before, Woody Harrelson in the Ben Foster role, Matthew McConaughey in the other role.
No, that
doesn't work as well.
It doesn't. No,
but
it's
too
humorous.
I wrote it down. But,
I know. I like it.
And then if we didn't have Jeff Bridges, I thought Tommy Lee Jones would be a great
Tommy Jones would be.
what if other guy.
He's played so many cop, detectives,
Southern,
marshals, all
like
that shit.
tough old
Yeah.
guy, perfectly.
I would also go. I just thought of it. Clint Eastwood. I think.
If we were going older, I thought of a Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford maybe or something
Instead
like
of
that.
Jeff Bridges, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Well, if we're
instead
doing
of-
like a 70s version or something, or even, or like an older, depending on. Like,
I mean, Clint Eastwood is like 50 since 1972.
Sure.
So
it
like,
could be 90s Clint, it could be.
I'm just saying he was
Right.
always an older guy. I think I could interchange Jeff Bridges with Clint
I
Eastwood.
thought of another great Jeff Bridges alternate if we were doing it in like the 90s or like the early 2000s. Well, he would be retiring, but Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman's
Ooh.
great.
Okay. Now I'm out of as far as that goes. I had a lot of fun coming up with what ifs. Does anybody have any other ones they wanted to mention?
I would have liked. It's a two-fold thing. Debbie Howard, the sister, I believe that was Mirren Ireland. One, she didn't really get a whole lot.
Wait, which one? I'm sorry.
I think. Howard.
Chris Pine's
right?
wife? Is that the
no?
one?
His ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Oh, his
Yeah.
ex-wife. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
You said sister. So
I'm sorry, I did say sister, but
I
it's.
was like, did I miss a sister in there?
No, Debbie Howard, played by Mirren Ireland. They didn't give a whole lot to her, so it's tough for her to be like that. But I would have probably recast her in 2016. I think there's a lot of. I mean, Amy Adams can play kind of that
thought about that,
southern.
yeah.
I mean, from American Sniper. What's her fucking name?
Fucking, god damn it. Sienna Miller.
Sienna Miller, I think, could play that decently, and
Burnt.
yeah, there's just a good amount of people that could interchange. But again, you have to expand the role, otherwise you're like, why would you pay $3 million for Amy Adams?
Maybe Natalie Portman.
I could do Natalie Portman. Just anybody to recast,
Yeah,
but then
2016, yeah.
expand the role by like 2 scenes, and I think you get a little bit more.
And
out
you
of that
really
character.
could, 'cause it's only an hour and 40 minutes.
I had a possible twist for the recasting. Just a thought. I was
Sure.
thinking of Kurt Russell
Okay, I did consider him.
as a possible Jeff Bridges, though. I think.
Oh, okay, he's more of the older role.
Now, yeah, Kurt Russell would fit
Okay,
in that.
I was thinking like 90s Kurt Russell could be
I'm
like Chris
saying
Pine's character.
If
or
they filmed this in
something.
2015 or 16, right around that, I think Kurt Russell at 2016 would play a good Jeff Bridges.
Okay,
And then I thought Michael Behan.
Michael Biehn?
Bean would be, unless he was already mentioned.
That's a fantastic call.
I
by the
thought
way.
that was a great. I know I'm reaching out to Tombstone, but I was like,
no.
dude, both of those
Tombstone
characters
interchange
that-
as
would
well.
crush it.
is a legendary call.
me
I'm
that.
a little upset that I didn't come up with it myself.
Bobby, finally.
But I'm
one
also
for
really
one.
happy that you came up with it. So that was
Okay, I'm
awesome.
happy about it.
Somebody got it. There we
All
go.
right, so let's move on to
Yep.
the Neil Drop song score part of it.
There's only a few,
I'm just going to
yeah.
mention that
Or-
there really isn't much. I was going to say fantastic score. I think
Yeah.
it works well with the motif of the movie. Kind of remind me a little bit, honestly, of the Last of Us score, kind of. If you guys played the game or watched the show, had a little bit of similarities. I think I only had 2 songs that I listed as far as like that stood out to me, which was "You Ask Me To" from Waylon Jennings,
Yep.
and "Sleeping on the Blacktop" from Coulter Wall. And that's
You got
when
that right,
that's
yeah.
when Tanner's playing poker with the Native American man. starts off the scene with that song. So I didn't have any others. I mean, I know there's a few more, but
Yeah, it's in the same kind of styling though. It's like a older Southern feel that is it's slower tempo. Dollar Bill Blues by Townes Van Zandt is the opening song. And then you already said Asking Me by Waylon Jennings. And then Outlaw State of Mind by Chris Stapleton, who's got a fucking phenomenal voice.
Love that.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot of soundtrack, needle drops or anything like that, but they work really well. I very much enjoy that they got some actual sound tracks in there instead of just doing the score the whole time.
Yeah, it was nice, especially that scene with the Waylon Jennings song where the brothers are driving in the car and they're kind of like, you could tell they both have probably heard this together before and it kind of like rekindling, like memories or something. I thought it fit very well. And I didn't really know that song, so I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it works.
Nice.
Yep.
Is there any... I know, Woj, we made a general statement of cinematic shots, that there's lots of good ones in it. Any specific ones you'd like to shout out right now that come to mind?
Them at their estate. They're at the
Damn it, you
ranch.
took mine, yeah.
Yeah, they're looking over the...
with Ben Foster and him?
It's Ben Foster and Chris Pine at the gate, not the gate, but the boundary line. They have like a fence put up. And they're kind of like messing around, wrestling, and then they take like a second to both look off in the distance.
Yes.
And you kind of see like those are things where I'm like, it also hits home with like you can clearly see like the brotherly part of it, but then they're like, oh shit, like now we're fucking 40-year-olds, and like now we're doing this shit.
I agree. I think also I wanted to shout out the driving scenes. I thought were filmed very well. A lot of like in the car shots, also the side,
Some
of the
those
car,
challenging,
far away. The one in the beginning, the swivel shot where it goes around the building and you see it. And it
a lot
comes
of
back.
different use. You're right. Oh my god, I like totally downplayed that.
I think it's done very well. That's all I have for that.
Yeah, moving on.
So let's get into the spin-off prequel sequel part. So I had just
I got mine.
I had the prequel will be Tanner in jail, which is Ben Foster's character. How did he get there? What was he like in prison? Is he like running some shit like a shot caller type of deal, or like
I thought of a crew or
could
something,
be interesting, or maybe like he was doing maybe we could see him robbing the banks before, how he got into jail, like type of thing. That's
I got another one now.
You stole that one from me, motherfucker.
Well, I was kind of part of it. That was
all right. So hold on, can I go real quick? Sorry,
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be
You're champing at the bit, please.
flop between. So in Ocean's 11, you know how they're going through their different selections. Oh, he's still in jail. That could be one of the guys that are still in jail. That might be part of the Ocean's 11 team that they used to do previous jobs with.
Bobby, that would be more of the Switcheroo
Sorry,
crossover.
I know I'm flopping over, but the other one that
you
I
say
was
flopping over.
Yeah, flip-flopping.
I'm just flopping over.
Classic rewrap.
All right, now I'm self-conscious now.
No, you're good. I just wanted to clarify for the people out there listening. That's more of the next thing, but I like the good idea.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Sorry, Woj, go. It's gonna come back to me.
Yeah, keep flopping over there.
Flip flop.
Spin-off. We're on spin-off sequels, prequels,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I would like to see a like Jeff Bridges, but like it's tough because I like Jeff Bridges so much, but Jeff Bridges is a younger guy. To me, I don't see him as a Southern drawl type of like thing. So like it would be in a perfect world finding like a younger looking like somewhat Jeff Bridges type to see his like rise up through the detective into becoming like the marshal guy. Did he have a big takedown or something like that?
I had that as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I'm on the right sequence. So if we're gonna do a prequel, sequel, or whatever, but
Well, that was what we just did. Are you
all
doing
right,
a
I'm still on
switcheroo?
prequel. No, I'm on prequel. So Walker, Texas Ranger. So Jeff
nice.
Bridges is part of the Texas Rangers.
I like that.
And now he's partnering maybe on a few different missions with, the man, the god, the legend. There it is, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Which Chuck Norris, throw him in this in a
Fucking
cameo.
Chuck
That would be
Norris.
awesome. You have Chuck Norris maybe coming by in his truck like howdy, for the hat.
Fuck you, Chuck
I do
Norris.
actually like, and I want to say this is probably one of the first times that we've done a spin-off sequels, prequels that ended up going into a TV show, like fitting in, right?
Yeah,
I know
bit.
you've mentioned to go like
maybe
this would be better as a series. He's talking about supplanting this.
Well, he's kind of blending the categories.
Is flopping again?
Well, It's not a bad thing.
I'm never gonna walk away from
You
this.
it's kind of like you are taking the thing, but it works.
Okay, so that is a switcheroo crossover.
It's like a hybrid.
Sorry, I know I'm going.
That's
between
okay.
them.
It's not a bad idea. I mean,
Should we just get to switcheroo crossover?
yeah, I was just
Yeah, just
I
shut
kind
the
of
hell up.
Well, I was gonna kind of say, with TV wise, like some part of this movie could be like, I don't know how exactly gonna even write it, but like maybe factor into like a cold opening of a Breaking Bad episode. Kind of remind me of like,
Ooh.
like the bank's getting robbed. Maybe Walter, Jesse are in the bank or something. I don't
Okay.
know, or like they're doing
Or Jesse's doing a deal like outside,
right,
like down the
and then you
street.
just
Like
see
the hell's
that.
going on?
Yeah, like because again, it's kind of like the similar vibes I'm getting.
Or they're
from
driving
it.
by in their RV and like, what's going
Yeah.
on here? That'd be hilarious.
What would you have?
Yeah, I would go. Actually, this is to me. I'm gonna just use it as a switcheroo of the storyline, where again, Jeff Bridges, I love him, but like in this version, I would have Chris Pine be the detective hunting down Ben Foster,
Ooh,
and then
different.
they have that kind of relationship. You'd obviously have to have them more face-offs. Like you really didn't get Jeff Bridges facing off with Chris Pine or Ben Foster till the very end. Like it would kind of need to be like, hey, I know who you are, and then they go through it. Like
Doing like a rewrite almost a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
That's
kinda,
cool.
Yeah, a
that
little
works.
different.
I think I just thought of it on the fly, kind of, because, but you could like have Jeff Bridges' character working with Tommy Lee Jones' character Samuel Gerard from The Fugitive. They're working together.
Oh, I like
They're
that.
teaming up to get their cases blend somehow where
Okay.
Tommy Lee's a U.S. Marshal. He's hunting down some guy who happens to be working with these bank robbers that Jeff Bridges' characters are going after. They're in Texas together. I think it'd be pretty cool. That could be good.
Sorry, and I know this is really last minute for possible recasting. Lou Diamond Phillips as his partner.
Okay, as the Native American.
The Native
guy,
American.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry if that feels like
Ah,
typecast, but
that's-
he's a great actor,
Yeah,
and I was
no.
like, I think he'd be a good compliment to Jeff
That makes
Bridges.
sense. One last thing I thought, every time they kept saying Texas Midlands Bank, I couldn't help but think of the movie Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night
Yeah,
And I was thinking,
Midland, Texas. Yeah.
what if one of the players or someone was, again,
that's fun,
in the
a little
background of the
drop-in.
robbery, or like, or
heading to practice
maybe there's
and
a
sees the
maybe
getaway car going flying.
Yeah, and like one of the diners, there's like a newspaper with Permian, and it's just Boobie Miles got a touchdown.
Oh, that'd be
or
something
Yeah, I
cool.
like that. I like
something like that.
A little subtle nod, yeah.
You from Midland, right? I think I'm good on that.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
moving on.
Yep.
All right, like, picking its time.
Yep.
do
Well,
it.
I know you've been.
Couple.
As we said, originally I had the what's the deal with the cars, but they answered that with the used car salesman guy. I would say I had for the first scene. I don't know why they made the woman sit on the floor of the bank. Wouldn't it be like more weird? Like it would be more obvious to the managers coming in, like something's wrong.
Yes.
He's like, sit on the floor, instead of like she's gonna go on the bench.
Yeah.
Like when you want to have her behind the counter or like somewhere more natural,
Inconspicuous, yeah.
right? Whereas like the guy, because when he came in, he's like, what the hell? Like you would think you did more on
What?
his,
What the
and then
hell?
he got hit in the face. With
What
the,
in
with
the
the-
devil?
So that was like that's a little one, but I was kind of like, I don't know if that was a good.
You
know.
want to keep her away
Yeah.
from any sensors or any panic alarms.
No, I get it, but maybe have her like just behind the where you get your check, you fill your checks out or deposit slips.
Yeah.
There's something over there.
Somewhere different.
You could have her like put her handcuff her or something where you can't see her hands. I don't
I
know.
understand. I kind of understand. Like, hey,
Yeah.
away from any walls or any type of
When the bank
yeah.
manager comes in, she's not usually sitting on the floor.
Right,
You
no,
can be
he,
like,
he has no situational awareness.
What
He
the
didn't
fuck
take
are you
a second
doing?
to
Yeah.
assess, like,
Yeah.
all right, this isn't normal. Maybe I should. Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, you put the cowboy's gun 2 feet on the counter.
well, he did mention that he fucked
I know
up.
he mentioned
Yeah.
it, but I'm still like, what? And then even just a bigger problem is like, I know you're from Texas, and I know the plot is to fuck over Texas Midland banks. You robbing banks in an open carry, state where
Yes.
Ooh,
everybody has
Swiss
a fucking
cheese.
gun.
Well, yeah.
What are you doing?
I also had that as well, like, especially during the final robbery. I'm like, you got to get the bull, collect everyone's phones. You got to collect everyone's phones. You got to see if anyone, I mean, I don't know if you know. If
What was
people
the time frame of this movie, though? Was it set in a
like
different?
early 2000s.
Early
maybe?
2000s?
I think it was this current time that was like 2016
maybe.
or whatever.
All right, so cell phones.
Because the
were a
girl
real
had an
thing.
iPhone. She texted on an iPhone.
Okay, so that was a real thing.
Also
All
leads
right.
into a picking it. This is kind of like a whatever, like an editing thing. But the girl's phone when she's texting that they're coming. It says 6:07 p.m. And it's supposed to be like
Midday,
lunchtime or
Right,
whatever.
I did catch that too. I was like,
So-
someone didn't pay
Probably
attention.
should have like
Continuity error.
continuity error there.
Okay. Early in the morning, any car driving by, and especially a piece of shit car, is a suspect. So cops just driving right by him. I'm like,
No, maybe not out in
Well,
West-
but maybe in West Texas, everybody drives a shitty car. A lot more people drive.
It's
shitty
not like
cars.
they're an affluent.
in terms of just the time of the day that you're getting a bank robbery call and there's a car driving away from where you're driving to, I'm just kind of like the first couple robberies, they just were like, we're just driving right past. No big deal.
I did think about that. I think maybe part of it is like they're trying to get to the scene and they're not as concerned
they're
as they
responding to
should
the
be
scene.
without potential suspects fleeing. Although I agree with you, Woj. You would think like, hey, maybe like pull the suspicious looking car over that just came from the direction of the robbed bank. You would think maybe.
Right.
Like
Two guys, maybe.
or maybe
yeah.
there could have been a scene where that did happen, where the cop did pull Yuri, and now they have to drive. Could have added an action scene where they have to drive in and evade him or something. Or that's not a bad idea. I also had as far as I think this movie could have used maybe one more bank robbery scene in between the first two and the lunchtime one, and then before the final one. Just something like I don't know, like one more where like. I don't know. I just want to like one more bank, maybe like where there's a little more conflict. Also, like we talked about the traffic stop scene, there could have been a little more tension there, where there kind of was. But then like I don't know, like you could have maybe had the cop like peering in the car, seeing his by his bloody shirt.
I mean, you're
like-
gonna see the bloody shirt.
Right, like-
that was my biggest picking
looking in
there.
a car.
Yeah.
You're gonna see the shirt. Also, running the plates and going like, okay, that's
the plates
weird.
are fine because they just bought the car.
But I'm saying even so, you're just like, that's weird. Like you bought like. They didn't show enough of the back and forth with the cop of just asking like a question, be like, "When'd you get the car? Like, where are you driving from? Oh, you're driving over there. Oh, what'd you see over there? Did you see
Right.
the?"
I think it would have been like a good thing would have been like the one cop. There's one cop here and one cop in the other window. The one cop is about to see the blood shirt, but then a call comes in, so then he just misses it.
Gives
or something.
distract.
Right. I get that.
Or like another one, like when they let Chris Pine go through, his car didn't start at first, and I was like, oh shit! Like, what if like
Right.
his car didn't start, and they have to like, oh, why don't we get out and push, or like something like that could have led to
would've
some more tension.
given away,
where I
yeah.
think they could have just played it a little more. It was pretty tense, but you could have done it even a little more. I think.
Just a little bit.
I'm maxed out on that. Anybody
Yeah.
have any?
No, solid.
Yeah, I got a couple more. Risk is
Russian
insanely
judge.
high to rob like 10 to 15 banks. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't just go and do like 5 of like a more medium-sized banks, or like try and maybe even get a crew to like go like, hey, we can rob 4 and we get 70. Like they didn't even really need that much money, so they like, we rob 4 banks at $100,000 each. We're set, and we can pay off some other guys and do that.
I think it's because Chris Pine was the cautious one. He would not want to do that. He was wanting to keep it in the family. Me and you, nobody gets hurt. I don't want it on my conscience. Like, if we just do this, and if we just do these little jobs, all we need is $40,000. Like, we'll come up with it, kind of thing. I see what you're saying, though, but I think due to his character nature, I think that would not happen in this scenario.
It doesn't really say how long Marcus and Alberto are partners, but it's a super weird dynamic if they just got paired together and then he was like, you an Indian and you Mexican.
No, I think they've been partners. it
Okay.
seemed
If
like,
they're partners for a long time,
Yeah.
then it's cool, but like, I didn't think they explicitly said it, and it's just like, this guy's just being like an old racist white dude,
No,
just like, what's up, dude?
I think it was they've been partners for like 20 years or
Prejudiced son of a
something,
bitch,
10
yeah.
years, 20 years, and like Jeff Bridges retired, and this is just their dynamic. Like it's kind of like
Right.
Rescue Me, where they just bust each other's balls about whatever, shit.
The boys don't seem too hygienic. There's not really a scene of any water.
It is sweaty. It's Texas.
They look like they smell like shit. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna throw that.
I think
out
a lot
there.
of people in Texas probably smell like shit. I also
No, we don't want to say
Clip
that.
it.
no.
we don't
Okay,
wanna say that.
okay. Let me rephrase that.
Nope, you said it.
No,
I don't mean like that. I'm saying because it's so fucking hot and they're sweating all the time.
Just,
like
yeah.
I would smell like shit in Texas. I'm just saying like
It's a lot of
Also-
heat.
Man, you just made enemies with a huge state.
I love you, Texas. I love Texas. But like they're all people. That's another thing with me. People in like hot climate movies and shows are always wearing like long sleeves and jeans. Like, how are you
dress
wearing this
shirts and
shit?
Get the fuck out of here.
I want to be in shorts and shit. I don't know. I guess they're like working men, so they're used to it or whatever. They're wearing like jeans and boots and.
Yeah, I'm
like-
just saying though. Yeah, a lot of guys are dressing like dress shirts and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like it's hot as fuck.
It's hot as fuck. Yeah.
I don't like the. Maybe I missed this, but like it seems like it's just a coincidence that Marcus and Alberto are at the Midland, Texas bank of just like. I know Jeff Bridges has like a theory of like,
Yeah,
they're
staking the bank.
they're
out.
coming through here, but I'm like, you just happen to pick the right bank chain, like coming through here.
Yeah, the probability of that.
They
but
didn't pick the right one though. They were there and they left the town.
What I'm saying though is that they pick like he just happened to be like this is the bank chain that they're go. There's no other detective like there's no detection into like can I look it up and the like I know that the FBI manager or boss or whatever supervisor is like kind of giving the background on the thing, but like I would have liked that maybe more pronounced, sorry, and then
words.
Jeff Bridges to kind of like key on that. Like I know he just caught at the map and he was like, all right, they're gonna go down this route. It's a theory, but I'm just like it just happens to be such a coincidence that they're like, oh, this is the right branch. They're just in the wrong city, but it's like it's the same branch.
Well, I think they already had figured that out. They had gotten 2, whatever. Like they both were Texas Midland banks. Same description of the people.
Yeah.
Same MO, and then I guess it is a hunch, but I think again that kind of plays into the old veteran
Sure.
Texas Ranger, like but he was wrong on the town initially.
Yeah.
But then he did have he was right about the next branch or close to it or whatever. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Last thing is just the Toby got fucked up. Chris Pine, like he got shot through the side.
Ooh, yeah.
And
how'd that get resolved? Like did he
within 2 days, you don't get that medically treated, man. You're dead.
You're in trouble.
In
Could've
Texas, you're dead.
Could have been a nice scene of maybe like Ben Foster knows some doctor on the low, and your
Could be.
your brother gave my
But
brother.
also, if it's through and through and truly a flesh wound that doesn't hit any major organ or artery, then it's just a matter of
gonna
patching.
cauterize it or
Yeah, cauterize it.
it's right here. There's a possibility that he didn't hit any major organs, but like he's duct taping it for the first 6 hours at least.
No, yeah, he needs some medical attention.
And then you're like, no, I got it. I put they just
Like I
showed a
said,
scene of putting a pad on.
There could have been like a fugitive type scene
Sure.
where he's sewing himself up or burning.
What about a friend?
burning
like,
the wound
yeah,
or
cauterizing just
like I said, or maybe like he knows Ben Foster knows some shady
Sure,
or
sure,
maybe a
doctor
nurse
guys.
friend, or, you know.
You're right, like my
Definitely,
brother gave
yeah,
me your number.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that.
All right.
Any other ones?
Picking his
I'm
Dunzos.
good with it.
All right,
Wrap
let's-
this present up.
Let's go to
Oh,
our
nice.
final
Nice.
thing. Own it, stream it, skip it.
All right, Woj, we have a bet on it, so I want to hear Woj's.
Oh yeah, this would be a stream. I would probably put this at a. Yeah, I'll probably put it at like a 7-7.
7-7.
I won that bet.
Yeah.
God
you.
damn. That's a terrible review.
It's the thing of you don't really give me the Jeff Bridges that I'm like I need a little more Jeff Bridges, and I think I mentioned in the beginning one of the segments, I want Jeff Bridges to interact with the bank robbers in some fashion prior
We
to
did
that.
at the end.
He does at the end.
He does at the end, but I'm just saying, like even just a one scene of like him trying to like interrogate them earlier, I think would have sold me more to give the
additional
plot of
scene.
it
I get that.
a better. Otherwise, it's Jeff Bridges, and frankly, the like him being like
This
like
hurt him
racist. Well, I'm just saying the thing of him being like racist to his partner, they weren't good quips. So it was kind of just like.
I thought it
You're
was
just
dry.
saying-
I thought they were funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought some of them were funny, but like overall, like if it's not hitting home with me, I just that dynamic didn't work. The Ben Foster Chris Pine one worked very well. that one kind of fell short for me, that dynamic, which is supposed to be to me like these two detectives versus these two bank robbers. The face-off didn't work so well.
I feel like you're framing it like Heat. It's not like Heat. It's its own thing.
It's its own. Yeah, I
think it's trying to be different too, where it's not trying to do that. Whereas the town is kind of like, we're fucking doing Heat and we don't care. Like we're doing our own thing,
Boston,
but we're mixing Heat more in it than this movie does. I think because John Hamm he does confront them throughout that movie.
I'm talking. I agree with your comparison of Heat and the town. I'm just saying is that like my ideal Jeff Bridges is to be a Jeff Bridges that interacts with other characters. Like you just give me Alberto, and again, nothing against the guy who plays Alberto, but like I don't think he was great like that. I didn't mention in the recasting.
Well, he interacted with the locals, and
it just to me I didn't get a whole lot from him. So it's like to me. It falls in line with my grading of like the top 4 actors, the most prominent actors. I like 3/4 of them. The last 4 kind of.
I think, but his character isn't like that Vincent Hanna character. He's more like laid back. I mean, he is like he's smart but he's not like I don't know. Like I'm coming after you, everything I got. It's more like I'm on the case. I'm gonna solve it, and this is the way I do it, and. I don't know. Maybe I just.
My question to you, I'm going to just shift this real quick. The Jeff Bridges that you're maybe fond of, or maybe that drives the point home for you, is that the Big Lebowski Jeff Bridges?
I mean, that's the Jeff Bridges that I know most of, but that Big Lebowski is not. Jeff Bridges in the Southern roles, which he's kind of done in the latter half of his career, I think, real well. I think he just kind of fell in the middle of like kind of like just like, hey, I'm not doing anything. Like he's just kind of like a retired old lazy guy, and I'm like, give me something. If you're gonna be that guy, then I wanted more of like, okay, be a detective then. Give me some more detective thing. It's just like that hunch of like, well, I have a hunch that it's this, and I'm like, well, that's not really detective work. I thought you were retired, like you're a career marshal.
I think we need to frame this up. This is in West Texas, in a town of all of a couple, like 100,000 people.
Yeah, it's small.
like so you can't imagine him to be some like
What's
Landa from
it's a movie
from Inglourious Bastards, who this guy is like super detective.
But I'm saying it's a movie, so you literally could do that.
No, but I think that they played to the actual. I think that they played it to the actual reality of that's what you're probably going to get in terms of level of talent in a small community with some bank robbers.
I mean, I guess my thing is I see what you're saying, where it's like you would have liked to have the like a Ben Foster and Jeff Bridges scene or whatever. Because that would be awesome,
Right.
I didn't need it for the movie to work for me.
I would have liked it though. I like that addition though.
It's not a bad ad. I do
like
get
an interview. Like, hey, bring him in. You're a person of interest.
Or maybe they could have had like Jeff Bridges, like
just show. I mean, even
maybe
just showing
even
up
before this crime, or maybe interviewing some other suspects or something, where it shows his more of his cop skills, I guess, your ranger skills. Is that okay?
Again, to me, when the Jeff Bridges character is just kind of like, I'm biding my time. That character in general is not my favorite.
I guess
biding my time until I retire.
I guess more of my critique of your critique is more just like, that's fine. I just can't believe you gave the movie like a C+, basically. I think it's way better than a C+, or like a...
I'm going to do my review now, finally, of it.
Well, that's all I'm thinking. It's kind of like with the album review when we do that.
You heard him deep.
Really? Like 3 stars? That's all
heard
you
him
gave
deep.
it?
Sure.
That's kind of your equivalent if you gave us movie like 3.5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 right now.
Well, 3.5 out of 5 is
3
like
out of 5, whatever. Like, or I don't know.
To me...
it's just a way better movie than that, I think.
I enjoyed a lot about the plot and the thing. I think there were just some elements missing that I'm like, this could be a great movie, but when you're missing a couple of those things, and again, I'm not expecting to have 4 top-billed actors as like the creme de la creme. I think this was actually a perfect example of like Ben Foster is like a very well-known actor, but he's not like making 20 mil a movie or anything like that. He's like one of your fucking not utility guys in the sense that
that's a good.
But he's like the guy that you place in anywhere. Like you're probably paying him like 1.5 mil, and you're like yo, I get the performance of like an Oscar fucking performance here. Like, that's who I think they could have found for an Alberto character that would have really pushed. This would have pushed it into the 9s for me easily if they would have kind of buttoned up that force.
That's a lot of
missed
stock
cast.
on that part. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, because again, to me, the Jeff Bridges Alberto duo fell way short for me. Jeff Bridges is carrying that whole thing.
He did. You know, he did carry.
And then also
share.
Alberto gets shot in the fucking face right away. He could have had some.
Not right
I think
away.
they wanted a guy who was like authentic to the race of the character, and
that's very possible.
You know, like they wanted a
very
Native
possible.
American guy. There's only so many actors that fit that description.
Absolutely.
I guess.
So mine, I think this
ahead.
one also falls in the stream. I really enjoy it, but I think more often than not, I wouldn't go out and pay for it, but I'd love to watch it or pick it up if it's available free on any of the platforms or apps. Anywho, I give this one an 8.6. I think that it is worthy of a B. I think the plot's there now. To Woj's point, an interrogation between Ben Foster's character, and I think that would actually level it up a little bit more, and then maybe, like I said, a more dynamic partner. I agree with his assessment that Jeff Bridges was carrying the weight of it, but I also like the fact that this felt very real. So I like that the plot was solid, and Chris Pine, dude, Chris Pine don't play. So great movie.
Yeah, it's an own for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think this is honestly one of the better bank robbery heist movies for me. And then again, maybe not like action scene wise, like it has like the character of it. It's more of a character movie, and it's got the relationships, and it's got the setting, and the final 45 minutes are fantastic.
Yes, that
where
really.
I think it really makes the movie what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do agree that there could be, like I said, a couple more, maybe another heist scene, or like you said, an interrogation scene, maybe one more scene in there. It's only an hour 40 minutes. It could be like 2 hours easily.
Again, that's kind of the thing that that's the X factor or mystery that I'm like, you add 15 minutes to this movie, you might have and again, I don't fucking believe in the Oscars all that much, but I'm just saying you have such a different movie to get all that different again, exposition, and maybe you have another action scene or something like that. That to me, like the Chris Pine character was like a great character, true to the role, like the plot that makes sense.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, I was kind of feeling like Chris Pine, like he looks badass, but he's kind of a pussy.
That's his character.
No, that's what I'm saying. He fits in the character for the plot very well. But I'm also kind of like, at a certain point, you get all the good juice to me at the end, and like that last scene, I'm like, this is the stand. This is what It
is a good way to end, though. When you want more,
it is. It does make me want more. If they could maybe do, again, a sequel that plays into that or something like that, I could maybe be down for that. But
I think it would have to be a Jeff Bridges uses Chris Pine to catch a bank robber or something.
Yeah, that could be something.
That'd be a nice little twist. Yeah.
So anyway, my grade though,
sorry.
I'm gonna go with a solid, just a 9
flat. Okay.
9 flat. I think, again, as far as bank robbery heist movies, I might have this third. I think Heat and The Town, 1 and 2, you could flip them either way, and then I might have this. I think I really just enjoy the performances of the actors and the characters and the way it looks, and I think it does its own thing and does it in a good way, in a nice way. So I like it.
The last thing I'll say though is, in terms of, this was the first time I watched it. If I
do that, I was gonna say it too. I think
if I watch it again,
right,
I bet you I would increase a little bit.
I agree.
In terms of picking up a little bit more on again, Ben Foster is such a great actor that
It's
I'm
fantastic.
I think that there was even more stuff that I missed the first time through. Oh fuck, I missed that he was doing this little thing.
They do this thing on the Rewatchables podcast where it's like, would this movie be better with? They have a list of actors: Steve Buscemi, Samuel L. Jackson, so and so. I would think for me it'd be like John Bernthal, Ben Foster.
Dude, you're on his dick.
Well, I'm saying, but I'm consistent. I think,
I'm consistent.
John Bernthal, Ben Foster would be in that category of would this movie be better with them? Absolutely, they are fantastic at anything. Even I'm going to throw up a different type of actor, but in the '90s, Oliver Platt. Anytime he's in something,
fucking
fantastic.
Good job.
Yeah, so
shout out.
So that's where my brain goes.
All right.
These guys are just kind of like unsung heroes, if you will, where they're like good glue guys. They're great actors. They don't really get the top billing like they should necessarily, but like when they're in your movie, they really make a difference, and they just add like a heartiness to a gumbo or something, where it's like, you know, you just like you need like that stuff in there that really gives the recipe what makes it good. You know,
I definitely agree. All right, so that was Hell or High Water. Now, what we're going to do next week is Barbarino's getting married.
This
So
guy.
hey,
He's obviously got a bunch of shit to go on there. So what's going to happen is Ryan and I are going to do a movie review. We actually didn't
we
decide
didn't
on
decide
one.
which one yet. It's
So-
gonna be a comedy.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw out a couple comedies here of, and you just kind of say when.
How many are you gonna go through?
I think I'll throw out 5.
Okay.
Hear all 5 first before you
Yeah.
make the selection here. And again, I'm going to try and keep these to an hour and a half. So let's go Road Trip, Old School. Okay, those 2 to start
Did
out.
you say old school?
Old school.
I was saving old school for like later.
Okay, we'll do Old School later. That's fine. So Road Trip, though.
Okay.
We'll do Borat.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do American Pie.
Okay.
We have. I just had that one. Friday. I don't know if you were saving that one.
Come on, I seen Friday. Come on.
I love Friday.
I think that's
Can
what
we
should
say
for-
Friday
Friday
for one?
Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. I have Ace Ventura, Beck Detective.
I mean,
That's another.
Bobby, you want to save that one? Too?
Right. There's a few of these.
I think Road Trip would be great. I would do Road,
Road Trip?
Yeah,
All right,
I
Road
love
Trip's
Road
funny
Trip.
as shit.
All right, we're
That's
gonna
a
do
good
Road
one.
Trip
And
next.
we just did Tom Phillips, so that's like his first movie, so that's good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Perfect.
All right, so let's do Road Trip. Bobby's getting married. We'll have some stories after the
Fucking love Road
next
Trip.
week. And any other fucking sign-offs here?
Looking forward to getting married, and then we'll pick this back up.
I'm looking
Alright.
forward to seeing Bobby get married too. It should be a good time.
I'm going to dance my ass off.
There you go.
Gonna
Yeah.
get drunk.
Enjoy. Please eat, drink, do whatever you need to.
Hell yeah. The Journeymen Lounge Podcast. We'll be back next week. Peace.